That's great. We're definitely talking to Spitfire at the moment as Terry Martin gets airborne. You may see a distinct similarity between this and the Army Scout helicopter. They are pretty similar in 90% of respects. The main difference, of course, being the difference that the Navy one has wheels, and that is to give it enhanced deck maneuverability for getting in and out of the hangars and up and down the lifts and things like that on an aircraft carrier. Whereas the Army have always generally preferred to have skids, a very strong and robust form of undercarriage for landing on all sorts of terrain. So there's Terry just moving out of the way to make way for the Spitz, and that'll be joining us very shortly. So definitely we're seeing now. We'll see a few minutes hopefully of Spitfire, and then we're going to have certainly a few minutes worth of Hurricane as well. And marvellous aircraft, of course. Well in excess of 22,000 Spitfires were made. The development of the Spitfire was unparalleled in aviation history, going through 22 different marks. Absolutely astonishing development. One that sadly R.J. Mitchell, the team leader and creator of this marvellous machine, he didn't see it. He unfortunately died at a much earlier age, having gone through the design process and didn't see the outrageous success it had. And of course synonymous with bringing a sense of fear into the eyes of the enemy over many a battlefield throughout the course of the Second World War. But it is the Battle of Britain itself, of course, that's most famous for. Although it's interesting to note that the Hurricane fielded far more aircraft from their squadrons at the outbreak of the Battle of Britain than we had Spitfires at the time. And it was the Hurricane that actually scored most of the kills during the war. Terry's just, I think, moving out of the way there to ensure the sky is clear. Of course, there are an awful lot of moving parts, even on a normal flying day. And there's a whole dedicated team up in the tower there ensuring all the right separation, as we call it, between the different aircraft types. We're going to get as many aircraft up in the air as we can now through the course of the afternoon. And that includes the Catalina as well. And I think one of the high points is going to be that parachute drop, which is going to be in Zone 2, but we'll get you to move along there. It's great to see so many people up in the top of the History Hub. I'm sure it's nothing to do with what might be on offer in the top floor, and it's they're all enthusiasts of the history of Blackbushe itself. Okay, don't forget, around lunchtime we've got the kiddie zone, and we've also got plenty of space in the middle of Zone 2 towards Zone 3 for picnics. There's also a lovely tea tent there, bar facilities and all sorts as well. Nice place to sit and relax. I feel it warming up a bit as well, which is great. I predicted the previous picture that I love to use that expression, and also the same again tomorrow. If you're enjoying yourself, please tell your friends. Come along tomorrow as well. And don't forget, if you bought a ticket today, make sure that at any stage you register your details, because you will have not been automatically entered into the fabulous prize draw to take a flight in the Spitfire that we'll be seeing very, very shortly. And that's a fabulous prize to be had. If you bought it online, you don't need to do anything. We've got your details, and you are automatically in that prize draw, which is only drawn on Wednesday next week. Don't know the staff will make sure that you are notified of the winner of that. Pick up the programme if you've late joining us this morning. Tell you where everything is and what's happening. And a very, very extensive showdown here, much more than we've had in the past. And there is a lot to see through and get engaged with as well. Fabulous British Airways scan, and also right down the fire in the Royal Engineers. And with some pretty YouTube features, to be honest. I'm not talking about the cold as so really good to catch them, and our thanks go to the Royal Engineers at the Waterbank, because they're helping out in so many other ways here as well. Well, we're keeping our eyes peeled now. We'll be back with you. And coming into the circuit now, you see downwind with the gear down, as you say on the business, the Balti Spitfire, and a marvellous idea had its wheels. Of the Second World War, Brian going up to the Mustang, we were chatting earlier about that hugely successful machine, that classic elliptical wing. Just, it was thin enough to get all the acceleration speed and everything else, but it was just fat enough to ensure that the all-important guns were mounted on board. Of course, in the early days of the Spitfire, it was the 303 Browning, and you had to get up really close and personal with the enemy there, but the advent of the cannon really made a